All right. So, what we are going to learn in this particular ethical hacking is what you'll be learning. And so, what we are going to cover in this particular course is what you'll be learning in ethical hacking, what happens if you don't secure our PC, and why you should practice ethical hacking, why should you secure your information, and have to perform a hack and have to secure your machine. So, these are the things that you are going to learn. First of all, what you'll learn in this course. What is ethical hacking? Why is ethical hacking necessary? And have to hack into a particular system or network which is vulnerable. So that is what you'll be learning in this course. And what happens if you don't secure your machine? So day by day, all these cyber crimes are increasing in exponential manner. So it's not very easy to secure your information. So you definitely need to understand a few things over here to secure your information or to secure your machine. So that's the reason you need to understand how to secure your machine. And once you complete this course, never say you are a hacker, because whenever you say the word hacker, people will have a misconception that hacking is something which is related to Facebook hacking, Instagram hacking, or it's something like it's a very huge misconception over here. Hacking is not only Facebook hacking or Instagram hacking. It's something where you are actually trying to understand the security posture of a particular organization and trying to secure an organization. So that is what hacking is. And why ethical hacking is necessary. So basically, why you should actually learn ethical hacking is, first of all, to prevent information security breaches. So if at all you are actually holding a data server that have a lot of information, then obviously you should be able to secure your data server, because you're not going to uh, leave the data server open and hackers are going to steal the data. So that shouldn't happen. You should be trying to secure all your data that you have on your organizational network. And to fight against terrorism and national security breaches. So this is one of the most important things what actually come under this ethical hacking, learning ethical hacking. So basically the thing is, whenever people are actually trying to go with information security, and they are actually so what happens is that whenever they are actually going with a particular government organization, they'll be tracking down all these emails and phone calls. So that also comes under ethical hacking. So they'll be actually trying to trace the calls and trace all these emails of terrorists or any suspects that they have, and they'll be trying to stop this particular terrorist attacks and everything. So that is the reason you need to learn ethical hacking, so that you can actually secure a job, and you can actually try to go with nation security. And after that, you need to build a machine which is not hackable. So basically, the thing is, hackers will try to steal the data. And what you need to do is that you need to build a particular machine where hackers can't steal the data. So that is one of the reasons why you need to learn ethical hacking. And finally, you need to understand whether your company is secure or not, whether your organization is secure or not. So that is one of the reasons why you need to learn ethical hacking. And why we need to protect our information. Is it really necessary for us to protect our information? So, okay, let's just take the example here. Once we have our phones, like nowadays everyone is using smartphones. So what happens is that whenever you have smartphones, you don't mind to, or you don't really want to, so basically you don't really want to go with something like remembering the phone numbers. So what happens is that okay, I hope most of you people don't remember five of your friends phone numbers. If at all someone asks you randomly to tell five phone numbers of your friends, and without looking at your mobile, you can't really do that. Why? Because your phone is storing all the data. Why to waste data on your brain? So obviously that's the same mentality what each and every one of us have, and we are unable to remember. 10-digit phone number, and obviously we can't remember 16-digit ATM card number or 16-digit bank account number or whatever it may be. So what happens is that there are a few people who will actually store their bank account details on their mobile phone. So what happens with that mobile phone is that I know whenever a mobile phone is hacked, his bank account is also hacked. So that's the reason you should be understanding all this information security over here. So you need to understand how to secure your information, how to protect yourself from hackers and everything. So yeah, this is about why to secure your information. Now, have to hack into a machine, have to secure your information. So, right here, before getting into this particular topic, let's just discuss something which is, let's just discuss something which is really important for this. So basically the thing is, whatever we are learning in this particular class, it should only be used for educational purposes. So the thing is, hacking into someone is illegal. But the thing is, if at all you are recruited by a particular company and you are asked to do so, what happens is that they'll be asking you to hack into their network itself. You are actually recruited into ABC company. So what they ask is that they ask you to hack into abc.com. Why? Because that ABC company itself owns abc.com and they want to check out if their organization is secure or not, if their website is secure or not. So that's the reason they need to go with ethical hackers. So you should be understanding all the concepts over here. So what happens is that we'll be dealing this particular course in the perspective of a malicious hacker. So malicious hacker in the sense, a black hat hacker or malicious hacker, you can actually say. So why you need to learn is because if at all you need to catch a criminal, you should think like one. So this is the saying that is there from the from old days. So if at all you want to catch a criminal, you need to think like one. If at all you want to catch a hacker, you need to think like one. So that's the reason we'll be learning the offensive methods. What if you are a hacker and how would you enter into a particular network and how would you enter into a particular, into a particular organization? So if you understand the risks, then what you can do is that you can actually try and secure your organization or your network. So that's the reason I'm going to tell you how exactly we are going to hack into a particular machine so that whenever you are working with an organization, you need to understand all these things. Okay, there is a possibility someone can hack into this machine using this technique. So what I need to do is that I need to patch this particular vulnerability. So these are the things which you should be very well aware of. So that's the reason we'll be discussing the course in this. So we'll be discussing this particular course in black hat hackers perspective. So have to hack into a machine and have to secure information. That is what we are going to learn in this particular course. Now, entering into the core part of the course, first of all, let's go with what are a few words that we are going to hear very often in this particular course duration, and have have to understand each and every term over here. So basically, the thing is, the prerequisite for learning this particular course is the basic English. You don't need to go with programming language. You don't need to go with any scripting language, or you don't need to go with any tools or anything. All you need to do is understand a basic English. So the thing is, understanding basic English in the sense there are a few words, and you should understand the meaning of the words. That's it. So generally, the thing is, computer science is really very interesting subject. Why? Because everything is in English. So if at all it is physics, you'll have different types of words which have different definitions and everything. But computer science don't have any definitions. It only have a word, an English word, which have a meaning. So for that, let's learn. You'll be understanding in three words itself. So first of all, you have a vulnerability over here. So there is something called vulnerability. The first term you are going to hear in this particular in this particular course duration, you'll be hearing this vulnerability very often. So what is this vulnerability? So the basic definition or the basic meaning of vulnerability is weakness. So, okay, vulnerability is nothing but a weakness. So, which weakness or where this particular weakness is there? So, that is what we're going to learn in this particular course. First of all, if at all there is a computer and that is vulnerable, it means that there is a flaw, there is a security flaw in that particular computer where we can actually hack into that particular computer using this flaw. So, I'll tell you something. There is a bank. So in bank, you'll have a lot of money. So there is, so you are going to secure your bank. If at all you are using a steel door. So basically steel door in the sense it is really very hard to open and very hard to cut. So then your machine is secure or your bank is secure. So if at all you are using wooden door is really very vulnerable. Vulnerable means weak because someone can break into it. Someone can crack the door and get into that particular bank very easily. So that is what you call a vulnerability. It is actually a loophole or it is a flaw in a particular machine. So that is what you call vulnerability. And you have exploit and payload. So these two words are something which you need to understand properly. So for that, what I'll do is that I'll just go with mm, okay. What I'll do is that right. I'll do one thing. So okay, I'm very bad at drawing, but I'll try to draw something over here. So basically, imagine this is a gun and you have a lion or tiger. So this is lion. Imagine this is a lion. I mean, I can't draw a line over here. So yeah, this is a lion you want to hunt. Now the thing is that if at all a hunter is going in front of the lion directly, what happens is that the lion will kill him and it will just kill him in a snap. So what this particular hunter should do is he should actually wait for its weak moment. So when the lion would be weak, so whenever it is sleeping or whenever it is, whenever it is actually, yeah, whenever it is actually not available. So basically, the thing is, lion is whenever the lion is sleeping, it can't understand what's happening. Just a minute. Right. So yeah, this whenever the lion is sleeping, it can't understand what's happening behind its back. So what happens is that this particular hunter will get over. He'll choose a position where he won't be visible to this particular lion. And what he'll do is that he'll try to aim a gun with an injection over here. So this is a syringe. So what I'll do is that I'll just show what exactly is happening. So I'm just drawing a bigger picture over here. So okay, and okay, just a minute. Oh, I'm really very bad at drawing, but I'm just trying. Okay, imagine this is a syringe. So basically, this is a tranquilizer, you can actually say. Now, what happens is that over here, you will have anesthesia. And what exactly happens is that this particular thing over here, so basically this particular syringe over here is the zoom picture of this one. So what happens is that you will be having anesthesia inside this particular syringe. And when he actually shoots this syringe into the lion, so what happens is that this needle over here is responsible to penetrate into the lion, or to protrude into the lion, to protrude into the muzzle of this particular lion, and this anesthesia will be acting over this particular lion, and it will fall asleep, or it'll lay unconscious. So what happened is that you are actually trying to capture a lion. Now what you did is that you have simply got an injection over here, which where this particular this particular needle is responsible to penetrate into the lion, and this particular anesthesia over here is responsible for the lion to fall asleep. Now, what is exploit and what is payload? This particular, just a minute, I'm just running low on battery. I need to charge my laptop. All right. So this exploit over here, so this syringe over here is called exploit, and this anesthesia is the payload. So why do we call syringe the exploit and anesthesia the payload? Is because so now this particular exploit is actually responsible to penetrate into a particular computer. Now let's just talk in the terms of computers. Basically, you have a computer, and now what happens is that someone wants to hack into this particular computer. What happens is that they'll use an exploit. So exploit is a piece of code which is actually responsible to penetrate into this particular machine. So it is responsible to penetrate into the machine. This exploit is only for penetrating into the machine. Now what happens is that inside the exploit, you have payload. What happens is that that particular payload will be acting on the machine, and it will be giving connection back to you. So that is the difference between exploit and payload. Exploit is just a piece of code which is actually delivering the payload to this particular target machine. So what happens is that whenever you are actually trying to go with the lion, I mean, whenever you're trying to hunt a particular lion, what happens is that this needle is getting into the lion. So if at all you are not using a sharp needle, what happens is that it doesn't work. So if at all you are not using a proper exploit, you can't hack into a particular machine. And if at all you are not having anesthesia, if at all you have water in this particular syringe, what happens is that the lion won't feel anything. So exploit and payload should be powerful. What happens is that exploit is responsible to penetrate into the lion, and payload is something which is there in the exploit and will act on the lion and make it fall asleep. Or if at all you are using poison, the lion will be dead. If at all you are using anesthesia, it will lay unconscious. So it all depends on exploit and payload. Exploit is so in terms of computers, exploit is simply a piece of code which is responsible to penetrate into the target, and payload is something which is actually responsible uh, to give you connection to to give the connection back, or to do whatever you are supposed to do. If at all you want this particular machine to be dead, what you can do is that you can perform a DOS attack. So if at all you want this particular system, if at all you want to steal files from this system, what you can do is that this particular payload file can also send files from this particular machine to your machine. So all these things are all these things can happen whenever you have, whenever you use a proper exploit and proper payload. So yeah, this is about exploit and payload. Just a minute. Right. So this is about, this is about, vulnerability, exploit, and payload. Now, what are the steps to perform a hack? So basically, what are the steps to perform a hack? Now, the thing is that instead of directly getting into this computer terms, let's just understand it in a non-conventional way. So what I want you people to do is simply tell me something. Okay, if at all you people may have saw the Hollywood movies over here, so just let me know in the chat how exactly people are going to steal something. So if at all you would have watched Money Heist or any of the TV series, or if at all you have saw some movies like Italian Job, Fast and Furious, whatever it may be, you'll be able to understand how people are going to rob something. So what I need is that the outline. So first, what is the first step in robbing something? What is the second step in robbing something? Third step, fourth step, and fifth step, sixth step, whatever it may be. Step by step. First, what will they do? What they will do. Second, what they'll do. Third, what they'll do. So just let me know a few steps how people are actually trying to rob a particular bank or rob diamonds, whatever it may be. How people are going to involve in robbery. Yes, you can. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can tell me. How is it? I mean, just let me know how people are going to do that. Anyone can unmute your mic and let me know, or you can actually type it in the chat. Anything is fine. Hello. Are you people able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes. So, okay, let me know step by step procedure.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Right, that's good. So let me know how it is possible. So, I mean, what are the
Yes,
steps?
sir.
Uh, what are the
Yes,
steps
sir.
of getting into a bank or anything? And you people didn't watch any Hollywood movies? Okay. Okay. Rakesh is telling something like, okay, first of all, you are going with planning, right? That's good. And what is the second one? What is the second step after planning? What will they do? The first step is obviously planning. And what's the second one? What's the second step, guys? No, you didn't see any movies. Okay, making team. Yes, okay, you can say making team. Okay, next. Okay, making team is also one good point. Next, entering bank. Right, okay. Creating map. Okay. And know about the bank. Yes, that's good. Next. Uh, Firewall, no. Why will banks have firewalls? Uh, Taking control towards the bank, plan for how to crack the money room. Right. So whatever steps you have told, I'll just tell them in short. So I'll just tell them in short. So just check this out. So what I'll do is that Okay, instead of going with all these levels, what I'll do is I'll simply just a minute. Okay. So what I'll do is that instead of telling all these things, I would say everything in a simple manner. The first step, what I'm going to do is to know about my target. The second one is find the weakness. Third one is cracking into my target using the weakness we found. Fourth one is escape. See, this is that simple. I'm not asking you any IAS, IPS, or any of the questions here. It's very simple. What people will do. That's the thing I'm asking over here. So, right. First of all, if at all I need to hack into, I mean, if at all I need to rob a bank, what I would do is that first of all, I'll know about my target. So, where is the bank? Is it on the main road? Is it in some street? Or how many security guards they have? How many CC cameras they have? And everything comes under this know about my target. And after that, I need to find if at all there is any backdoor to this particular bank, if at all there is any security tunnel into this particular bank or something like that. So after I find all these, yeah, so basically after I find all these particular weakness and everything, so what I'll do is that I found that there is a backdoor for this particular bank. And what I'll do is that in the next step, I'll go with using that particular backdoor and enter into the bank. Once I enter into the bank, steal the money and execute. I mean, steal the money and after that escape. So stealing the money is execution. So you can also go with it. So basically what you can do is that, okay, wait. Okay, so what you can do is that execute. So basically, you can actually go with execution and after that escape. So basically, these are the 5 steps you can actually follow over here in order to rob a particular bank. So what I'll show you over here is how to hack into a particular machine. So the first one is information gathering. So what is this information gathering? So in this particular information gathering, what I'll do is that find all the details or find each and every single detail about that particular computer I want to hack, about that particular man I mean, about that particular organization I want to hack. So after, okay, so once I find all the information about them, what I'll do is that I'll go with something called scanning. So what is the scanning? I'll be scanning for vulnerabilities. Whatever weakness they have, I need to find in this particular scanning. So once I scan them, what I'll do is that I'll try to gain access of that particular machine. So what is this gaining access over here? So what I'll do is that using the vulnerabilities that I have found in this particular scanning, I'll try to gain access over the machine or over that particular organization using the vulnerabilities. So once I find that particular vulnerabilities and I'm able to hack into that particular organization, the thing is that I have hacked into a particular organization. They have something like, you know, let's say they have 3 TB of data that I need to download. So basically, what I will do is that I can't download 3 TB of data in 1 hour or in half an hour. So obviously, it requires a lot of time. So what I'll do is that I will actually go with maintaining access. So today I will download 100 GB. Tomorrow I'll download another 100 GB. Day after tomorrow I'll download 200 GB. So maintaining access is getting into that computer whenever you want, getting out of that computer whenever you want. So that is what you call maintaining access. And once you are done with the work that you entered into that particular machine, what you can do is that simply get out of that particular machine. So that is what you call clearing tracks or reporting. So if at all you are a hacker, you will go with clearing tracks. If at all you are an ethical hacker, you'll go with reporting. So clearing tracks is for hackers. Whenever someone is actually doing some mistake, they want to clear their track. If at all someone is trying to rectify the mistake, they'll go with reporting. So who is doing mistake is hacker, and who is rectifying the mistake is ethical hacker. So the last step depends on the person who is actually going with all these things. So basically the thing is gaining access is just getting access, and maintaining access is have to retain the access or have to continue getting into that particular machine and getting out of that particular machine without the user's knowledge. So that is about maintaining access, and finally clearing tracks and reporting. So whatever they do, that should be undone. So something like if at all someone is actually trying to get into a particular machine and they leave some traces. So if at all you are trying to steal a bank, steal some money from the bank, what happens is that you will be clearing all your fingerprints. So that is
Hello,
the same thing over here in
sir.
clearing. Yes.
Can you explain in Telugu, sir?
Uh, there are a few people who can't understand Telugu, so I need to explain in English. So, right, I'll tell you in Telugu also. I mean, if at all you need a few explanations in Telugu, whatever are necessary, I'll give you explanations in Telugu. So, right, okay. There are 15 people here. So, okay, you people just let me know. I mean, let me know in the chat how many of you want this session to be in Telugu. There are 15 people. How many of you can't understand? I mean, how many of you can't understand English? Let me know here.
Sure, everything is good, sir. Can you continue in English also?
I mean, how many of you can't understand English? Please tell me. Uh, okay. Okay. Right, this is good. So basically, the thing is, I can't really go with local languages here because this is a professional training here, and we need to go with English actually because there are a few people who are unable to understand. I mean, who can't understand any local language. So yeah, just try to understand. I mean, just try to understand in English because the thing is, once we are done with the class, so what I'll do is that okay, whenever we are actually going with the class, I'll actually prepare a notepad for you. So in that notepad, I'll be writing all the details of whatever practical I'm performing in the class. So let me just show you an example. So okay, just give me a second so that I can actually show you an example of what I'll be doing, so you'll be able to understand. Just give me a minute. Okay, you can just check it out over here. Right. So basically, the thing is, whenever I actually teach practicals, I'll also prepare notes like this. So I'll be clearly preparing a note so that you can actually perform all these things. All these practical things whenever you are free. So don't worry, theory is actually a little less here. I'm not going to teach the theory all the time. So don't worry. So for today, I'll just try to adjust with, for today, just try to adjust with the English, and we'll just go with less theory and more practicals. Right. So, great. Now, this is about clearing tracks and reporting. All right. So next up, we have information security. So what is information and what is information security? First of all, information, anything related to you, anything, any data. So let it be your name, let it be your date of birth, let it be your dog's name, let it be your bike number, let it be your car number, let it be your phone number, whatever it may be. Any information, any data regarding you, or any data regarding to a particular organization. Data is called information. So what is information security? So whenever there is a leak in the data, that is information security breach. Now, how you can actually secure your data? When you actually understand you need to secure your information, what you will do is that you'll make sure your data is not being disclosed, or your data is not being modified, or your data is not being inspected or recorded by anyone. So this is about information security. So when you should make sure your data is not leaking, that is called information security. Now, what I'll show you over here is, okay. What I'm going to show you over here is types of hackers. Okay. Just give me a minute. Right. Over here, you have a total of 8 types of hackers. The one is black hat and white hat. Just a minute. Yes, I'm just a minute. Okay. Okay, 278071, you want to explain about all the types of hackers? You can unmute your mic and let me know. You want to explain these? You can unmute your mic and tell everyone, yeah. Okay, white hat, gray hat, black hat, and
green hats, red hats, suicide hackers,
yes,
red hackers,
red, no.
gray,
Red hat is not types of hackers. And next one,
cyber hackers,
which one?
cyber hackers,
No.
script hackers.
Yeah, script kiddies.
Very
And any other one? Any other types of hackers? Right. So basically, these are the types of hackers that we have. So basically, the black hat hackers are people who are intended to destroy. So what they do is that they'll try to destroy the name or destroy the organization, and they don't want to get caught. So that is about black hat hackers. And the next one is white hat hackers, where these people will actually work for a particular company or they work for a particular organization and they try to secure their organization. That is about white hat hackers. And you have gray hat hackers, where these particular gray hat hackers is a combination of both white hat and black hat. So basically they know how to they know offensive hacking, they know defensive hacking. So that is about gray hat hackers. You have script kiddies. So okay, suicide hackers. Suicide hackers are same as black hat hackers, but what difference do they make? So basically, they'll try to hack into an organization and they don't care even if they won't, even if they're caught. So they just want to hack something for fun. They'll just hack into something if they're caught by the cyber police and they are brought to a death sentence. They don't care because they are psychopaths who just want to hack. So that is about suicide hackers. And you have script kiddies. So basically, the beginners. So whenever you have beginners, what happens with script kiddies is that they are just beginners. Now, what happens is that they'll try to use tools. They'll try to use what I say tools and scripts that are there in internet, which are written by pro hackers, and they'll try to hack into other computers, other networks using the scripts and tools that are available over internet. Those are called script kiddies. And you have hacktivists. So who are these hacktivists? So basically the thing is, hacktivists are people who actually use hacking to promote their political agenda. So there is this guy who actually doesn't like a particular government. What he'll do is that he'll try to hack into a government organization. He'll try to host another website on that particular government organization website stating his political agenda. So that is about hacktivist. And you have cyber terrorist. So what exactly happens with cyber terrorists is that whenever so these people are actually mixing up political and religious ideas. So cyber terrorists are people who will mix up political and religious ideas, and they'll be trying to hack into others websites, and they'll be hosting a particular website on the very same domain with their political and religious agendas on that particular all right, just a minute. Yeah, on that particular website, they'll be trying to host their religious and political views. They are called cyber terrorists. And finally, you have government sponsored hackers. So who are these government sponsored hackers? So these government sponsored hackers are recruited by the government, and government will be paying these hackers to, they'll be paying these hackers to hack into other computers, other networks for the nation's security. So they are called government sponsored hackers. All right. So this is about the types of hackers. And yeah, this is basically about the types of hackers. So we'll be learning a little more about all these things tomorrow. And along with that, you need to understand the concepts of networking, and you also need to understand Linux basics to understand the course. So what I'll be doing is that networking and Linux basics doesn't, these are not in this particular course, but what I'll do is that I'll teach you all the networking basics and Linux basics. So what I'll do is that I'll take 2 to 3 days, or how much time you want, I'll spend on all these networking and Linux basics. So what I'll do is that I'll teach you all the networking and all the Linux basics over here. And after that, get into the practical part of ethical hacking. Why? Because you need to understand hacking is not only, I mean, it's not as easy as shown in movies. So basically, in movies, what you'll be seeing is that they'll be typing a few keys and press enter, and there will be green screen which says, which says access granted or something. That is all, that is all full of lies. So you need to understand hacking is not that easy. So you need to practice a lot. So in order to get into hacking, you need to understand the networking basics and you need to understand the Linux basics. So I'll be teaching you both networking and Linux basics so that you people feel comfortable with this particular, you people feel comfortable with this particular course. So, uh, guys, please mute your mic. But I'll mute it. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So yeah, this is what you people need to do. So I'll teach you all these Linux basics and networking basics over here. And what I'll also teach you is information and cybersecurity are similar. Yeah, there is security is the only term which you need to understand. So information is information, which is, I mean, information is data, and cyber is nothing but digital. So whenever you are actually trying to secure the digital data, it actually comes under information security and cyber security. I mean, both are the similar terms. There's no such difference between information security and cyber security. So yeah, basically that's the, I mean, there's no such difference. And yeah, anyone have any doubts, you can just let me know. Or Okay, explain in Telugu. Guys, I can actually explain in Telugu. I mean, నాకు కూడా తెలుగు వచ్చు, కాకపోతే ఇక్కడ ఈ క్లాస్లో నాకు వచ్చే స్టూడెంట్స్లో తెలుగు రాని వాళ్ళు కూడా ఉన్నారు. సో దట్స్ ద రీజన్ ఐ నీడ్ టు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ all the things in English. So basically, this is a professional, this is a professional training where we need to go with professional language where everyone can actually understand. So that's the reason I'm actually trying to go with, I'm actually trying to go with English. Okay, can you explain once more types of hackers? Right, sure. I mean, okay. So the thing is, if at all you people are actually, if at all you people are actually unable to understand something, please let me know in the chat, or you can raise your hand. There is an option called raise your hand in this particular Zoom. If at all you are having any doubt, or if at all you are unable to understand, you please raise your hand so that I can pause for a minute and listen to your doubt and explain the doubt again, right? So the thing is, I'll explain you any number of times you want. I'll take time to explain any number of times you want, because you are here for learning this. So if at all you are unable to understand, you just let me know. You just tell me, sir, I'm unable to understand this topic, please repeat it once more. I'm ready to explain it 100 times if you are not able to understand, right? So this should be an interactive session. I'll be teaching and you'll be listening. If at all you have any doubt, you ask me, I'll clarify that doubt. This is how this session should be, right? Okay. So here we have a student who is asking, our friend here is asking to explain types of hackers one more time. So first, black hat hackers. So basically, all these black hat hackers are the people who are actually trying to destroy a particular organization or destroy a particular individual machine. So that is what black hat hackers are for. And you have white hat hackers. These people are actually recruited by IT companies to secure their machines. So that guy is white hat hacker. And you have gray hat hacker. So these gray hat hackers can actually understand. I mean, these gray hat hackers over here, these people can actually go with both offensive and defensive. They can hack, they can defend. They can hack into other networks. They can also secure their own network. So that is what a gray hat hackers are for. And you have suicide hackers. So these people will try to hack into machines. So if at all police are going to catch these people. These people are not afraid of police. Even if they shoot them, even if they kill them, they are not afraid. They have suicidal mentality. So that's the reason they are called suicide hackers. And you have script kiddies. So basically, what these script kiddies will do over here is, they'll try to take the help of tools, and they'll try to take the help of tools and scripts that are already there in the internet, and they'll try to hack into machines. So that is about script kiddies. And you have hacktivist. So if at all a person have a political agenda and he's trying to hack into a particular website and try to explain his political agenda over that particular website, he is called hacktivist. And you have cyber terrorist. So what these people will do is that these people will include all these political issues with religious issues. They are the people who actually include religion and politics. They'll try to host a particular website. From suicide hacker onwards, okay. Suicide hacker is someone who will be a person who is actually trying to hack into just a minute. Okay. Yeah. So suicide hacker is someone who actually, suicide hacker is someone who actually tries to hack into a particular machine, and even if he get caught, even if he is caught by the police, he is not afraid. So that guy is suicide hacker. And you have script kiddie. So what these people will do is that they are new to hacking, and they'll use all these scripts and tools that are available over internet to hack into other machines. So those people are script kiddies. And hacktivists are people who actually have political ideas on mind. So what they'll do is that they'll actually try to hack into a particular website and host their political ideas on that particular website. So that is hacktivist. And you have cyber terrorist. So what happens with cyber terrorists is that they'll be having they'll be having all these religious ideas and political ideas on their mind, and they'll be actually hosting a website, or they'll be hacking into a particular website and try to host all their political and religious political and religious things on that particular website. They are called cyber terrorists. And you have finally government sponsored hackers, where government will be recruiting a few hackers to actually to actually hack into other computers and networks for the nation's security. So that is about government sponsored hackers. So yeah, these are the types of hackers. And yeah, this is this is much of it. And yeah, so we'll just conclude the session for today. And I hope you people have understood most of the things over here. And if you are unable to understand, we'll just have a revision tomorrow on all the topics that we have discussed today. And right after we have a revision class, we'll just start with the other topics, right? So for today, we'll just take leave. And right, so okay, right, we are we reached the end of the session. Hope you people understood the session, and we'll meet back tomorrow. All right, thank you guys. Bye bye.